And so I've always dreamt big and believe that our lives can be about righting wrongs, getting innocent people out of prison, solving pension crises that no one else will touch, making poverty the hallmark focus of our administration. But I also have the collaborative know-how to get things done. And in every major effort that we've done, whether it's making the city more welcome with immigrants, with our immigrant-friendly task force, that has led to our collaboration with Catholic Charities and MARC to issue IDs to undocumented workers and others who may need them, to access municipal services, came out of a task force that of people, volunteers coming together to work together. Our Economic Inclusion Advisory Committee, which looked at why we were doing so badly with African American contracts, 2% for 20 years, the city was stuck at 2%. And I promised that we would get it to 15 within 4 years. Last year we got to 17%. This year we're breaking 20% because we put together a task force and collaborated and worked together, and we get results. Just as the Child Poverty Collaborative is a massive collaboration of 28 different human service organizations to find a better way to reduce poverty. So the combination of setting bold, ambitious goals like reducing poverty and the know-how to get things done is why I believe we have a proven track record of progress and why I think we should keep it going. Going forward, we are going to be focusing on doing our part for climate change next week. We'll be launching the largest ever in the country solar investment by a municipality. I was driving along Kellogg Avenue in Wilmer, and I looked to my left and saw Lunken Airport, and I said, why not put solar panels up all over Lunken Airport? We own the airport. Denver has solar panels at its airport. And we can take that solar power and power our waterworks system, which delivers water to 2 million people. That's literally about somewhere between a $45 to $50 million investment, the largest solar investment by a city anywhere in the country, which will be good for the ratepayers and good for the environment. Yesterday I was in Columbus with Governor Kasich to deal with the never-ending tragedy of the heroin epidemic. And not only are our firefighters providing the response, and we're putting more money into beds, and we've started needle exchange and harm reduction and everything we can do, I also led the effort to file a lawsuit against the wholesale distributors, just like the tobacco companies. These companies, for greed, knew what they were doing. They've admitted that they knew what they were doing, and they've harmed us. They've paid hundreds of millions of dollars in fines to D.C., but they haven't paid us any money to reimburse us all the costs that we have, which of course are merely financial costs which need to be reimbursed, but it will never touch the emotional damage that they have caused in the process. And we will continue, as I've mentioned now several times, to become a leader in poverty reduction. But all of this can only be done if we grow. We have to be a city that's growing. For 50-some years, the city was losing population and we're growing again. And so adding people and jobs, repopulating the city and bringing jobs into the city is the top line that we need that generates more tax revenue so we can bring up the bottom line. And our policies are working, and I believe this campaign and this election is about whether we want to continue to bring jobs into the city or we want to put all that at risk. And that is a very long-winded opening statement, and I'm happy to take any and all your questions. John?